됐나요? 돌아와줬나? 어때? 보여요? 됐습니까? 아, 돼요? 됐어요? 나 녹화 날아간 줄 알고, 녹화도 같이 중단이 돼서, OBS가 아예 꺼졌어요. 그래서, 와, 소름 돋아가지고, 녹화 날렸나? 했는데, 다행히, 확인해보니까, 안 날아갔어요. 다행히, 딱 끊어진 거기까지 저장이 됐네. 소름 돋아가지고, 다행이다. 새로 고침 한 번씩 해주시겠어요? 감사합니다. 이거 혼자 봤네요. 자, 어디까지 봤더라? 속삭이네. 뭐 어디에서 봤죠? 여기까지였나? 지금 다시 녹화 중. 방송 키면 무조건 녹화 시작해가지고. 와, 근데 진짜 다행이다. 와, 나 꺼지고 나서 속으로 오만 가지 생각을 다 했네. 자, 여기서부터 다시 가면 되나? 네. 나 갑자기 깜짝 놀랐어. 플로라까지? 그러면은 호크속 볼까요? 놀래라. 죄송합니다. OBS가 버그였나봐.
On its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
난 벌써 여기까지 봤단 말이야.
Eavesdrop what the stars are saying, earthly tether, slowly fraying, floating helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet.
엄청 예술적인 표현이다라고 얘기를 하고 있었어요.
Foregone drifter, holding fast, days a shadow seeker past.
땡큐. 댄스가 그립다고? 갑자기?
Nothing darker than the gloom. Some four walls make round a room. Hard of head, but free of mind. Unimprisoned, unconfined.
그니까.
With starry eyes,
가사도 작사도 하나 봐. 그냥 아리스트인 것 같은데.
A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now. Will ever be. Feathers flashing in the light.
근데 뭐 때문에 얘는 이렇게 약간 다크다크해졌을까? 엄청 핑크핑크했는데.
But all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
네, 이 포피 입술 위에 두꺼운 거 좀 귀엽지 않아요? 되게 귀엽네, 입술 움직이는 거.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written
이거
all too
귀여워.
soon.
부리
The
같아.
chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze. Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
뭔가 되게 특별하게 뭘 할 줄 알았는데 피치에 대해서 그렇진 않네. 왜? 이거 입술 귀엽지 않아요? 부리 같은데? 내 친구 중에서도 약간 이렇게 오리처럼 생긴 애가 있었어. 입술이 약간 이렇게 생겨. 그 친구도 되게 귀여웠거든요. 그 친구랑 좀 비슷한 것 같아. 생김새가.
I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kind of cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
얘는 살인 용의자는 아닌 것 같아. 아무리 봐도 피츠다, 피츠. 자, 여기도 끝났고요. 뭐야, 도전 과제를 달성한 시인과 피아니스트래. 자, 다음 이 페니한테도 가서 볼게요. 여기에도 동상이 있는가 했는데 동상이 없네요. 그리고 나머지 또 보여줍시다. 아우, 이 밝은 목소리 너무 그리웠어.
Not to you.
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my fits, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next oldest pointer after your uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing it like that. But no, Any money left in the Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
I couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest.
그런 거 신경 쓸 사람이 아닌 것 같아. 자유로운 영혼이랄까?
I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific thing to be excited about.
Well, only last week I asked that miserable Hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensation.
헌정주의자가 뭐지? 애들 대사 소리 작아졌어요? 설마 OBS가 또? 소리 좀 작아졌나요? 아이고. 옵션 어떻게 들어가더라? 아, 여기 있다. 소리가 좀 작아졌나? 어때요? 지금은 어때? 소리 전체는? 목소리만 작아졌어?
Very nice.
You've seen these before?
지금도 작아?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes.
지금도 작아요? 어때?
Freya was very talented, even at that age.
괜찮은 것 같은데
Do you
이제?
know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of
좀
years at
작아졌어?
least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style.
무슨 변화가 있었길래 소리가 이렇게 달라진 거야?
I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a
괜찮나?
little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew.
됐어요? 아니 왜 진짜 이게 방송을 껐다 키면은 OBS가 설정이 다 뭔가 바뀌나 봐요, 랜덤으로.
Ooh, a secret diary.
That's our guess too.
혹시 크면 말해줘.
Excellent.
난 좀 크지. 나는 님들이 듣는 것보다 나한테 좀 커서.
If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a
근데
bird of
괜찮아.
some kind.
한쪽으로만 들으면 그렇게 크지 않아요.
A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it? It's that bird.
괜찮아.
But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad. Oh,
이 사람은
did
그거
Finn show
없네.
you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right.
이 사람은 이게 없네. 이거 아직 안 열린 건가?
Yes, it's my, my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
그래, 나도
Do you at
마찬가지야.
least
식물들
like
잘
the look of the
모르겠어.
flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar. Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping
새를
you
키우는데
might know.
벌레를 안 좋아한다고?
No, can't say I.
새들 벌레 먹지 않나?
I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
너무해.
Oh, absolutely no idea.
다들 이때 모습을 모른 척 해주네요, 사람들이. 뭐가 약간 흑역사 숨겨주는 그런 느낌? 그치? 지렁이 같은 거 봐 먹지 않나? 밀웜 같은 거 먹이지 않나요? 나 새는 안 키워서 잘 모르겠는데 원래 새는 벌레 먹고 살잖아. 근데 보통은 이제 집에서는 사료 같은 거 줄 것 같긴 한데 사료인데 이제 약간 그런 거 있지. 이제 쌀, 뭐 이런 조, 막 이런 거 줄 것 같기도 하고 가끔씩 한번 밀웜식 주지 않나? 햄스터도 밀웜 먹는데요. 그래서 나는 한 번도 생각을 못 해봤는데 햄스터도 밀웜 먹고 눈물 흘린다 그러더라. 그래갖고 왜 햄스터가 밀웜을 줄 때마다 우나요? 이랬더니 이게 침샘인가? 뭐가 이렇게 눈이랑 같이 연결돼 있어가지고 너무 맛있어가지고 눈물이 흐르는 거래요. 엄청 맛있게 먹는다고 하더라고.
There
감동의
used
화.
to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over
Oh.
the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
침이랑
What
눈물샘
happened to
이게
the
붙어 있어갖고
non-ordinary
눈물이
ones?
이렇게 같이
That
침이
It's
폭발하면서
a very
눈물도
good
같이.
question. Lovely. That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
어
We
나왔다.
do that.
나왔다.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
응?
There's
나왔다.
something about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
오케이. 바로 물어봅시다. 혐의. 아 드디어.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not
그거
nothing.
참 게임만 하면 식욕 폭발해서 과자 마구
Actually,
먹는
it's not
한국이
the
갖고
message I
노그.
wanted to
아,
ask
나 지금도
about.
과자
It's
먹고
those
싶어.
red flower petals.
The petals.
고양이도 맛있는 거 먹이면 막 울어요. 빨간 장미의 꽃잎이죠. 이거는.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the
아하.
roses and who they
장미가
belong
있는
to.
단 한 곳은 과연 그곳은 바로 받아라.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
새로? 뭐지? 야, 이거 뭐야? 이 새 중에 한 마리가 가져온 건가? 페니의 새 중 한 마리는 무언가 엿보이는 데 사용되었다. 바로 망원경인가? 아닌데. 새로 주위를 돌렸나? 파피아 플래츠. 아니다. 잠깐만요. 여기에 이게 들어가는 것 같고. 이건가 보다. 아닌데? 이건가? 페니의 새 중 한 마리는 무언가를 엿보는 데 사용되었다. 바로 파피아 피츠이며 그들의 주위를 돌렸다?
One of Penny's birds.
아니네.
Almost.
하나 바꿔보래.
Maybe just change one thing.
망원경인가?
Pointers tell. Nope.
쩝. 그들에게서 증거를 훔쳤다? 증거를 훔친 건가?
One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a
꼭
clue to
집어서 세
compare
마리
with Penny's
중.
birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
뭔지 알 것 같아. 알았어. 세 가지 옥상에 정원에 있었다는 거는 4개의 깃털. 이거 왜냐면 옥상 정원 그 혓바닥 개구리 혓바닥에서 이 털이 나왔거든요. 받아라.
Let's take a closer look at these.
아하. 이 녀석 털이 이 털인 것 같죠? 이 노란색 새가 이 노란 깃털을 남긴 것은 페니의 노란색 옥상 정원을 방문했을 때이다.
This yellow
받아라!
feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
좋아요.
I can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to
근데
do
새가
it for
그런
me.
거를 알아들어?
I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
여자의 감을 무시하지
Don't
말라고.
understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days. But being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell.
아...
I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
24살과 19살. 그렇구만. 자, 이 방에도 그 동상은 없고요. 넘어가자. 다음 방으로. 여기에도 동상은 없어요. 또 여기로 넘어갑시다. 이분한테도 이분도 뭔가 숨기고 있구나. 뭘 숨기고 있지, 이분은?
Not exactly a wealth of information, is it?
It's enough.
What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh,
아니,
if
엄청
you
많이
don't know,
변했는데.
perhaps I don't either. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears.
Whenever I've seen him, yes. I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a
이번
clue.
거는 아직 안 나왔어. 자, 일단은 증거는 다 들이댔고 사람에 대해서도 다 물어봤는데 얘 혐의는 아직 안 풀렸네요. 나중에 뭐 더 있나 본데 일단 내려가서 여기 가서 얘한테도 한번 물어보고 올게요. 아, 간만에 저기 입구 좀 갔다 올걸. 잠깐만. 여기 입구 가가지고 그 동상 한 번만 보자. 여기도 동상은 없네요. 다시 이쪽으로. 물음표 조금만 기다려봐. 이거 다 하고 갔다 올게. 싹 해놓고 가자. 왠지 저기 가면 퀘스트가 다 그거 될 것 같아갖고 끝날 것 같아서 있는 거 일단 다 물어보고 클리어 한 다음에 가볼게요.
Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you
나 얘 좋아.
searched the
혹쇼.
whole place?
I believe so.
혹쇼.
Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that. I was disappointed too.
아니야. 비밀의 방은 분명 존재해.
Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps? Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no then.
너도 못했잖아.
The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told?
참고로 유화 물감은 엄청 잘 안 말라요. 계속 오래 놔둬야지만 마릅니다. 그래서 그거 빠르게 하는 뭔가 그런 착각하는 그 뭐지? 라카 같은 것도 있다고 하더라고.
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it?
근데 그걸
Although I can't
낚았으면
imagine
그림이
why
빨리
she painted
갈라진대.
Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
아 그래 이분 어디서 많이 봤다고 되게 멋있다고 생각했는데 이분 약간 그분 같지 않아요? 건담인가 거기에 나오는 샤이야? 이
A book
눈에
from the
이거만 쓰면은
library.
좀
One
그분이
of
비슷할 것
hundreds,
같은데
no doubt. What makes
샤이야?
this one
샤?
special?
It's about birds.
샤이?
Yes.
샤? 샤인가?
I see that.
뭔가 좀 뭔가 비슷하게 생긴 것 같아 옷이
3 birds, 1 cage. What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder?
옷이 약간
Would they
이렇게
not be
생기지
happier
않나?
flying
아
free?
그런가?
But then they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would.
엣지 주인공? 엣지는 뭔지
Some
모르겠다
breed of amphibious humanoid. Potentially bipedal. Although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
The people here are surprisingly
아
materialistic.
미러셋즈라는 게임이 있어?
Considering how
제로
sheltered
쓰는
they
게임도
are.
있다
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a
아 눈 감고 있는
gemstone-like
듯하게도
material.
보이네요
For what possible
눈 감고 있는
purpose
건가?
other than financial gain?
난
You're
눈 뜨고 있다고
speculating.
생각했는데
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth?
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
어?
And
이건 거였다고?
what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
근데 실제로 이런 현미경 같은 거로 실제로 그 범인을 밝혀낸 게 있대요. 그 아래서 봤는데 그 어떤 부부 신혼부부였나? 뭐 이렇게 몸싸움을 해가지고서는 살해자를 찾았는데 나중에 알고 보니까 찾고 나서 보니까 옷에서 찾아보니까 그 부인이랑 몸싸움을 하는 흔적이 옷에 섬유에 남아 있어가지고 그것 때문에 옷 섬유로 찾아가지고서는 그것 때문에 몸싸움 흔적이 발견돼가지고 범인을 찾은 그것도 있었어.
Paints?
Yep.
의외로 그런 게 되게
Mm-hmm.
잘
I
된다고
believe that
하더라고.
was in
단서로.
Flora's room yesterday. But it was not cracked when I saw it last.
그치 과학
A
수사라고
somewhat
해야 되나?
cumbersome device. And an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
어떤 음악을 좋아하길래?
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
A photograph of Freya could be important. I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference. A diary. Have you read it?
Not
읽어봤지?
yet. It's locked.
엥?
And you
읽어봤는데?
haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
나 읽어봤는데.
These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
I'd tell him not to quit his day job. But he hasn't got one, has he?
날카롭군.
Does
탐정의
Flora
감인가?
still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see. This is a
얘는 진짜
potential
아는 게
murder
하나도 없어.
weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would
탐정
leave the
맞는
murder weapon
거냐고.
just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
근데 궁금한 거는 이제 와서 궁금한 거는 도대체 무슨 일이 일어나기 전에 그 삼촌이 왜 얘를 고용했을까요? 이게 살인 사건이 일어나기 전에 고용을 했는데
Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Oh, not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
그지?
One of 3 statues depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs for blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music. Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
그니까.
Strange. Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories. But they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
뭐야, 진짜. 나한테는 다 물어보면서
These people really are ridiculous.
안
aren't they?
알려주는 것 봐.
When you consider that important
거의
evidence,
아저씨랑
do you?
동급이라니까? 아저씨들보다도 거의 아는 게 없어.
Professor Pointer is a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself.
포인터 교수한테 얘가 그거 당했죠.
What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
고용주라서 그런가?
Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably.
당신보다는 더 많이 아는 것 같아요.
Tedious. I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoiled child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse.
왜? 난 팬이 귀엽던데. 이거 뭐 하는 게임이냐고요? 살인을 당했고 누군가가 그에 대한 범인을 찾는 게임입니다. 그래서 이제 뭐 탐문 수사라고 하나? 그런 걸 하고 있습니다.
Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition. No focus.
In
감사합니다,
her defense,
스타든.
she's still a teenager.
Barely. I'll say this. He's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse. But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
아까 누가 피츠가 잠을 1시간 정도밖에 안 잔다고 그랬었나?
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite.
이 사람들은 근데 왜 여기서 떠나지 않고 사는 거지? 자, 일단은 여기
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld microscope. Something suspicious.
오?
Let's ask her about it.
뭐지? 뭘까요?
This
혐의?
little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense. If you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that
설마.
information.
그건가?
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry. We already worked out what you're searching for.
삼촌이 그 약혼자랑 둘이 뭔가 플리츠의 그 뭔가 약점 같은 거를 캐내려고 하다가 그런 건가? 아니면 둘이 우리 약혼 딸을 두고 바람 피는 거를 그걸로 봤나 보다 망원경으로.
That's not right.
엥? 아니라는데? 장식된 모종삽인가?
That's not right.
어? 동상? 아, 아닌 것 같은데? 아, 뭘 찾기 위해 고용이 됐을까? 뭐지? 화분의 꽃인가?
That's not right.
바람 아니야?
That's not right.
아니 뭐냐고, 편지인가?
That's not right.
뭐 이렇게까지 틀린 적은 없었는데. 아, 뭐야? 이러다 다 하나씩 찍어보겠어. 그림?
That's not right.
안 돼. 딱좀 볼래.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse?
아니,
This beetle?
걔 반전.
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many
돈이
insects.
없어서.
The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
깜짝놀랄 찾으려고
Well, Fitz said you
했구나.
questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
호크스는 이거를 쓸 줄 몰라.
Hawkshaw doesn't know how to use it.
You sure about that?
Not entirely.
아니네.
I know for a fact she didn't use the
아,
microscope.
나
in the
갑자기
greenhouse.
되게 확률이 그러면 현미경이 아닌가? 현미경이 아니다.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
현미경이 아닌가 봐. 망원 렌즈? 휴대용 현미경이 만들어진 건 전적으로 망원 렌즈이다. 그러니 호크쇼가 거짓말을 한 것이다.
The handheld
씨,
microscope
아니네.
is made entirely, almost, maybe just change.
돋보기인가?
The handheld
아 미치겠네. 이 망원 렌즈는 맞는 것 같은데. 훔쳤나? 피피한테서?
The handheld That's not right.
피피가 렌즈에 대해 뭔가 수상한 점을 말해주지 않았나? 아 앞에 유리 렌즈가 뭔가 이상하다고 그러지 않았나?
The handheld mic. That's not right either.
앞에 가짜 유리가 뭐가 이상하다고 그러지 않았나요? 시력 장비라고? 아닌 것 같은데.
The handheld mic. That's not
아
right either.
아니잖아요. 아 이거 다 그냥 한 번씩 다 넣어보네.
The handheld microscope is almost.
아 휴대용 현미경이 쓰는 거는 아닌데 말이 안 되는데. 대사가 틀렸다고? PP에 따르면
handheld
아
microscope,
뭐야
according to
말이 안 되잖아.
uses a
휴대용
telescopic
현미경이
lens.
쓰는
So
건
Hawkshaw
PP에
lied
따르면
about it.
말이 이상하잖아.
I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Aksha, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
억까
When you were a
심하네.
child, what did you aspire to become?
저요? 저 요술공주가 되고
detective?
싶었어요.
Naturally.
Emperor of the galaxy.
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure.
나는
But
크면 마법 쓰는 줄 알았다고.
At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track.
그러니까,
What's the
그래서?
deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me,
그냥
I
폼으로
dared to
가져온 거야?
consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft
OBS
investigation.
터졌었어.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have
피츠.
become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
에? 피해자이자 가해자라고요? 자, 여기 어디 있는지 몰랐는데 여기 있었다. 자, 이 친구도 한번 풀어봅시다.
We found these up in the rooftop garden.
얘도 풀
Do
게
you know how long
많지.
they've been there?
찔러볼 게
No,
많죠 지금.
could have been
내가
a long
단서를 엄청
time.
많이
We don't ever
얻어가지고.
really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
우리라고요?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
우리? 이
Wait,
자식들.
those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No, I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized. Felix made that? Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
에이, 우리
I
익명으로
see.
연락받고 온
And what
거구나.
happens if the person who
고용자가
contacted you turns out to
익명이구나.
be the murderer?
I...
설마
Never thought
플로라가
Honestly,
고용한
that would
거
be kind
아니야?
of fun. Like a twist, you know?
그죠? 얘 뭔가 수상하죠?
quite
난
sweet,
얘가
really.
살인범이라고 생각합니다.
Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
그러니까 의뢰인이 누군지도 모르는데
Freya's
그냥
best
와버렸네.
work, in
거절하기엔
my
너무 큰
opinion.
금액이었나?
Although the photo doesn't carry the same energy
돈
as the
많다
real thing.
그랬잖아. 플로라가
What do you
여기
think it's a painting
그거라네.
of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting.
그림이 아니라고?
It's Fifi and Freya.
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
Two
그녀에 대해 잘
people
알고
isn't a
있는 것처럼
crowd.
말한다.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Checkmate.
잠깐 일단 나 맛있는 것들은 조금 남겨두고
I've seen beetles with
다른
brightly
거부터
colored shells, metallic shells even.
저 이렇게
They're
맛있는 걸
relatively
마지막에
common,
먹는
especially around here.
타입은 아니지만
There's a difference
게임에서는
between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. That's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
이것도
idea
모른다고
what
할
this
수
is?
있나?
No idea.
어허.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to. Those
받아라.
petals,
What?
they're red.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you? In the rooftop garden, I think? With Poppy.
Are we
아
done?
그런가? 자 사람들에 대해서 좀 물어볼게요.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
얘는 포인터
No,
가문을 되게
but
싫어하는
I
것
still
같아.
see
그러는
Pointer
주제에
sometimes. He's always
포키는
curious about
좋아한단
what I'm
말이지.
growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
와 그 할아버지 생물 모른다고 딱 잡아서 떼더니만 어이없다.
Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed
원래
firmly
자기만
within the
찾으려고.
realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
사람 다 물어봤고 얘도 뭔가 수상하지 않나? 이렇게 되면 꽃! 아니네? 도전 과제를 달성함. 내 사건 파일이야. 얘는 왜 그게 없어? 뭐야 혐의가 아직 안 풀렸어요. 일단 물어볼 수 있는 거 다 물어봤거든요? 그죠? 돌아다닐 수 있는 거 다 돌아다녔고 자 그러면 이제 드디어 이 물음표를 한번 가보도록 합시다. 두둥 용의자 진술.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading
와
down the
섞어서
stairs.
얘기해주는
I
거야?
vacated the library, but before I could begin
알아서
my ascent,
판단해주겠지?
Professor Pointer appeared.
이상한
I
부분?
didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs. Just outside my room.
2번 들었다고 그랬는데?
banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase,
맞아 여기는 맞아.
crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase.
하고 다음에 페니가
As I was
왔었지.
passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
어,
I
주먹으로
recognized
때렸고.
Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
잠깐만. 포피가 방을 나갔고 시간이 좀 지나서 돌아왔습니다. 그녀 아버지와 그녀의 그치 피피도 데려왔지.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me
그치?
down to the
돌아와서
library.
얘네는 테스트
We
방에서
ran there about
테스트했고.
15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
맞아. 얘가
An
그래서 얘한테
unremarkable hour
얘기해주러
passed
갔지.
before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with
그니까.
each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
네? 뭐야? 나 이제 그 다음에 뭐해? 뭐지? 나 할 거 다 했는데? 연못에서? 아 이거?
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it
이거 아까
working?
봤었던 거고?
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
아
Let's come back later.
혐의 안 풀린 애들이요. 지금 안 풀린 애들이 이 사람이랑 그럼 이 사람한테 그 벌레 다시 물어보러 갈까? 당신 벌레에 대해서 그 사람 그거 했었다며? 이 사람
Hard to read, that one. But,
It's kind of mean.
빨리
you
넘기고.
know, I simply assumed then, of course, I meant...
아닌데. 할 수 있는 거 다 봤는데. 힌트 한번 볼까요? 뭐지? 피츠와 얘기해야 된대. 엥? 얘기하고 왔는데? 또 얘기해? 다 얘기했는데? 모정삽을 안 했구나.
This is yours, Fitz?
감사합니다. 내가 하나를 빼놓.
Do you use it?
I keep all
죄송합니다.
my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
이걸 어떻게 봤대? 됐다.
There's something
됐다.
about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
감사합니다. 이거 어떻게 찾았어요? 와, 여기 있는 거였는데.
Something suspicious.
와우.
Let's ask him about it.
오케이, 다시 물어봅시다. 혐의에 대해서.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower, holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't
얘
sneak.
얘
Was it
맞다니까.
Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
피피는 피츠를 정말로 봤어. 하지만 그는 칼이 아닌 다른 걸 들고 있었지. 그것은
Fifi
바로
did
모종삽이었다.
see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
그것은 바로 장식된 모종삽.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it
Oh.
up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
선물을 받았다고? 그것은 바로 잠깐만. 무언가를 묻기 위해 사용됐다. 바로 살해도구라고? 아니야, 살해도구는 아니고 무언가를 묻기 위해서 사용됐는데 깃털을 묻으려고 정원에다가.
An ornate. No.
아씨. 온실.
An ornate. That's not right.
뭐지? 물감 붓인가 설마?
An ornate trowel was used. That's not right either.
아 뭐야, 세트라고요? 세트는 아닌 것 같은데? 보정삽은 맞는 짝이 있다. 그것은 바로 포피? 정원에서?
An ornate. That's not
아니잖아!
right.
꽃을 묻으려고 했다고? 장식된 모전삽은 무언가를 묻기 위해 사용했다. 바로 화분의 꽃을 정원에다가?
An ornate. That's not
이것도
right
아닌데?
either.
온실인가?
An ornate trowel. That's
이것도
not
아니-
right either.
뭐야? 맨 위에 돌봐주려고?
An ornate trowel. Almost. Maybe
온실에서?
just an ornate. Almost.
탑의 어딘가에 있는 식물을 돌봐줘야 되나라고 써있네. 포피의 방에서.
An ornate trowel. Almost. Maybe just.
피츠의 방에서?
An ornate. Almost.
뭐냐고! 정원도 아니고. 모종삽이 아니라 피츠 아니야?
Fits. That's not right either.
아니네. 모종삽은 맞나봐. 위치를 바꾸라고?
A potted flower. That's not right either. A
정원에서?
potted. That's not right either.
포피의 방에서?
A potted flower. That's not right either.
뭐야, 아닌데요? 이거는 위치가 맞는 것 같은데?
An
뭐야.
ornate. Almost.
근접배 하나만 바꾸래. 이 장소를 근데 다 바꿨는데도 안 되네. 페니의 방에서 안 해봤는데 페니의 방인가?
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
페니의 방은 아닐
That
거라고
flower.
생각했는데.
Yes?
I've never seen it before.
거짓말.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
저 꽃이야? 나 본 적 없는데? 에? 이거 뭐야? 이 꽃을 본 적이 없는데? 페니의 방에 있는 화분의 꽃과 직접 비교할 수 있는 것? 화분의 꽃 아니야?
We need a clue that's got some.
점. 구겨진 종이?
That's not right.
미치겠네. 이건가?
That's not right.
아닌데? 뭐야? 화분의 열매?
Let's take a closer
왜?
look at these.
뭔데? 이게 무슨 연관성이 있어? 나 잘 모르겠는데? 화분의 흙이 같은가? 화분의 흙. 있던 것은 페니의 방이며 이것과 일치하는 것은 삐지의 온실이다.
The pot and
Oh,
soil
yo.
in Penny's room
드디어 맞췄다.
matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a
근데
coincidence.
왜 선물했지?
No way.
얘는
what's it?
뽀삐를 좋아하잖아.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
꽃말이 뭔데?
It
뒤져라?
took me a
너랑은
long
안 된다?
time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking
뭔데?
after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
그래서? 그래서요? 다음에 뭐해? 포피의 방이요? 왜? 포피의 방에 뭐가 있나? 이거요? 장미요?
A single red rose. How very
Yeah, weird.
sheet music.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some
내가 이걸 안
reason.
봤구나. 악보. 낱장 악보가 액자 속에 있다. 섬세하고 오래된 그림 장식이 있다. 그래서?
There's a name for this. You know.
근데 이게 답은 아닌가 봐. 이제 뭐해?
Gloomy.
But roomy.
뭐? 그래서 이제 뭐해?
That.
I thought
This is a
vampire.
vampire who needs firm support.
옷장에 드레스밖에 없다 그랬는데?
Just a bunch of clothes. Nothing weird
To
about that.
you.
We already solved it.
이미 풀었고. 그 화분이 왜 여기 없죠? 그러게요.
Oh, thank goodness. Wouldn't want it to be dark and.
이 방에 뭐가 있는데? 잠깐만. 힌트 다시 보자. 천문탑을 살펴봐야 해. 뭐야, 뽀삐방 가라며. 아, 그동안 안 한 거를 알려주는 거였나? 안 한 거가 있는 거를 내가 뭔가 안 찾은 단서 같은 게 있나 봐.
A
뭐지?
spyglass to the stars. Volumes 1 to 12.
They're in very good condition.
안 찾은 게 뭐가 있을까? 이번 혐의 풀었죠? 아, 안 풀었구나. 설마 악보를?
Oh my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother.
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
There's something kinda... I just...
Does it not?
이거 다시 뽀삐한테 가지고 가야 되는 건가? 와. 근데 얘는 이미 혐의가 풀렸잖아.
Yeah, it's mine.
오. 선율을 들려줄 수 있나요?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized. Yeah, it's mine.
이게 왜 특별한가요?
What's so special about it?
I got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next day, Freya was there too. She hadn't asked permission, just showed up. For 2 whole years, the teacher taught us both.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me if she'd stuck with it.
얘가 설마
But one day she
질투해서?
just
아닌데?
stopped coming to lessons.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason.
그지? 얘가
That's when I
뭔가
realized
얘는
things were different.
피피를 더 좋아했나
for
봐.
her.
그래서? 아, 얘 돌아가면서 다시 악보를 보여줘야 되는 건가? 아, 이거 단서가 하나씩 나올수록
Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? Thought she was a grade 12
네,
or
놀아러 가야 되는데.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her.
일단 다 한 명씩 다 보여줍시다. 빠르게.
Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course.
증거 하나 더? 자, 기다려봐. 그러면 힌트를 한 번 더 보자. 천문탑을 뭐 자꾸 살펴보래. 천문탑에 뭐가 있나 봐. 안 본 게 뭐가 있지? 이건가? 뭐야? 이건가?
Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos.
아, 뭐야? 이건 줄? 설마 여긴가?
There's something kinda... I
Oh,
just...
that's enough.
아니네. 이거?
We already solved it.
이건 풀었고. 뭐지? 내 밑에 움직이는 거? 이거?
What is it?
It's clearly some kind of large device.
You're not wrong.
아니었어요.
It's tidier than my desk. The
So,
notebook.
even the most well-used notebook.
It's full of tea, but it's gone cold.
Criminal.
Every astronomy tower.
I want to try.
You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's
쐈나?
unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle.
망원경 옆에 총 달려있나?
It's that little
아,
plant
자막이라고?
Flora keeps on
그래?
the window ledge.
칼을 발사하는 뭔가
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
고무줄 같은 거에 칼을 탁 이렇게 안 되나?
Maybe it's glued down.
석궁 같은 걸로.
I can just about see the gramophone.
Is that a window?
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
We should check that next time we're over there.
어.
I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges.
이상하다. 문이 바닥에서 올라온다 그러는데.
Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to
어쩐지
work.
밝은 날에 이거 계속 보고 있더라.
I can't move it.
아, 캠퍼스.
I
잠깐만.
think this is just how it's set up.
다시.
There's something about Pointer's astronomy habits. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
잠깐만.
Every astronomy
I
tower.
wanna try.
기다려봐. 저 아까 캔버스 봐달라 했으니까 이것도
You
보자.
can see right into Flora.
Not by
I can see behind her. I can't really see anything. You can see.
아, 캔버스는 따로 안 되네요.
Isn't this?
I think this is just how it's set up.
얘 혐의가 그거구나.
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
아무 말
And
대단해.
how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
뭔 소리 하는 거야?
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
당신은 사실 한 유성이 지구로 곧장 날아오는 걸 알아냈대. 당신은 사실 천문학에 전혀 관심이 없습니다.
You're not really interested in
관심이
astronomy at
있는
all.
건
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think
2층에
you're
그건가?
interested in a slightly different field of research.
That's not it.
설마 그녀를?
That's not it.
그녀의 새를?
That's not it.
재밌네. 추궁기에 관심 있었나?
That's not it.
새인가?
That's not it.
아씨 뭐야? 아 황금 딱정벌레.
I don't have time for
아,
tiny,
맞다, 맞다.
insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the
그래서 걔를
inconceivably
고용했잖아.
large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
2층에 뭐 벌레가 있나?
naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
허? 곤충을 보려다가 범죄 현장을 봐버린 건가? 실제로 보고 있었던 것은 곤충이며 하늘을 보고 있었던 게 아니었고 범죄 현장을 실제로 본 거는 범죄 현장이고 곤충을
The crime scene. Nope.
반대인가?
Insects was at almost. Maybe just
엿보고 있었던 것은
insects. That's not right.
그러면은 실제로 보고 있었던 것은 이게 뭔가 같다. 새를 봤기 때문인가?
Insects. That's not right either.
범죄 현장이 아니라 새인가?
Insects was at. That's not right either. Birds was act. That's not right either.
아니야, 이거 범죄 현장이 맞나 봐. 두 개가 바뀌었나?
The crime scene. That's not right either. Insects was almost.
문장이 틀린 것 같다.
Maybe just
그치?
change one.
이게 곤충, 실제로 보고 있었던 것은 곤충이며 그 이유는 포인터가 새를 봤기 때문에 범죄 현장을 봤다는 건가? 근데 말이 안 돼, 이 문장 자체가.
Insects. That's not right either.
대낮이었기 때문에?
Insects. That's not right either.
뭐지? 자아성찰은 아니고 하늘을 보고 있던 게 아니었다. 엿보고 있었던 거지.
Insects. That's not right either.
범죄 현장 위에 있었던 것은 곤충.
The crime scene. That's not right either.
실제로 보고 있었던
The
것은?
crime scene. That's not right
아
either.
뭐냐고. 이게 맞는 것 같은데 마지막 게 잘못된 건가?
Insects. That's not right either.
아 미치겠네.
Insect. Almost.
아 뭔데? 바꿔도 안 되잖아.
The crime scene. That's not right either.
이게 순서는 이게 맞나 봐. 곤충이 떨어지고 있었던 곳은?
Insects. That's not right either.
얘가 숨기려고 했었던 것은? 곤충이며
Insect. That's not right either.
곤충 위에 있었던 것은 범죄 현장인가?
Insects. That's not right either.
범죄 현장 위에 있던 것은 곤충인가?
The crime scene. That's not right either.
실제로 보고 있었던 것은 범죄 현장이며 하늘을
The crime scene. That's not right either. Insect. Almost.
아니 뭘 하나를 뭘
Maybe
바꾸라는
just
거야?
change one thing. Insects. That's not right either. Birds. That's not right either.
뭐야? 어떤 거요? 곤충이었다.
Pointers tell us almost. Maybe
반대인가?
just change. Insects. But that's not right either.
뭐야?
Pointer's telescope. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of what? Spying?
Are you spying?
Why would
뭐지?
I
답이
need to
뭐였어요?
spy on
야 뭐랑
Flora?
뭐랑 했지?
Why? Because you lost your golden
망원경으로
beetle specimen,
범죄 현장을
and it's
봤다.
made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen, incredibly rare, valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to
허허.
Flora's room around the
멈춰요.
time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
거짓말.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
뭐지?
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
뭘 쫓고 있었다는데?
Maybe we should go back and check. And we
드디어 푸나? 드디어 이 연못에 대하여? 이거 뭐야? 이거 뭔가 생겼어. 잠깐만. 아니 잘못 눌렀어요.
let's come back.
이거
This wasn't here before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note
같다.
stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
제 새로운 친구입니다. 음악을 좋아하죠. 단순한 선율은 그의 영혼을 감동시킬 겁니다. 둘에게 행운을 빕니다. 프레야. 일종의 나무 장난감. 유리판 밑에 어두운 잉크층이 있습니다. 악보를 들려준다면? 어떻게 하는 거야? 아, 그런가 보다.
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
뭐야, 챕터인가? 끝나지 않은 사건. 뭐야? 아직 볼륨이 더 남은 건가? 남았으면 그만하고 롤하러 가게. 그지? 이제 롤하러 가면 되는 건가? 이거 아직 좀 남아있는 건가? 이거 뭐 볼륨을 모르겠으니까 뭐 끊는 타이밍을 잘 모르겠네. 힌트 눌러보고. 정문에서 무슨 멜로디가 들리지 않았냐고? 이거는 힌트를 봐버렸는데? 이거 진짜 찐 힌트인데? 그러면 일단 어? 뭐야? 의도치 않게 문양을 얻어버렸다? 잘못 눌렀는데? 자동 저장 켜져 있으니까 그냥 나가면 되겠죠? 너무 궁금하긴 한데 내일 저녁에 와서 하도록 합시다. 엔딩은 내일 저녁에 와서 보고 내일 저녁이래. 오늘 저녁이죠. 오늘 저녁. 오늘 저녁에 와서 보고 롤하러 간 다음에 일찍 끝나면은 바하 시작하도록 합시다. 거의 다 온 거 아니냐고? 그런 거 같은데 지금 종료해도 될 것 같아요. 여기까지 하도록 합시다. 그리고 이건 좀 저장을 해놓을까? 바탕화면에다가 폴더를 하나 만들어갖고 탱글 타워 에다가 조직도? 뭐라 그러지? 가게도랑 그 다음에 얘는 증거 1 얘는 증거 2 증거 3이 또 있었어. 증거 3 오케이 여기까지 하도록 합시다. 증거 1, 2는 뭔지도 모르겠네. 재밌었습니다. 여기까지 하고 이제 롤하러 갑시다. 팀원이 안 좋아지며 포지션을 변경하면 된다. 이대로만 하면 님들도 올라갈 수 있습니다. 팀원이 안 좋아지면 포지션을 바꾸세요. 네, 엔딩 못 봤습니다. 엔딩은 나중에 이따 저녁에 와서 하려고요. 롤 시간이 너무 늦어져가지고 여기까지만 하고 뒤에 얼마나 있는지 잘 몰라가지고 일단 끊었습니다.